Hi, this is Survivor from Scrappy Mania, and today I'm going to create a layout, and actually it's not a layout, I'm going to create a card. And the card, it's going to be with some botanical flowers that I found a free image from the internet, which I printed. And it's not this one, this is just a sample that I wanted to show you. The inspiration for this card came from a designer called Anna Griffin. She tends to do a lot of this Victorian-inspired layouts and cards. They're very nice. They're beautiful. They have a lot of flowers, a lot of lace, a lot of glitter. So I wanted to create a similar card. Hopefully it looks similar to what she does. So I'm using, for the card, what I'm using is, I found this print. So what you want to do is you want to print 1 or 2 or 3, depending how many layers you want to put on your flowers. So for this one I'm going to do 2 because I'm only going to do the layer for that one. But for this card, which is kind of, as you can see, I already started cutting it out, but it has a vase and it's a bouquet of flowers. Some of the flowers I want to pop up, like this one I want to do 2, but the flower here is going to be 3 layers of flower. So what you do is you cut it out like I did here, and then you cut out the individual pieces. And let me start assembling the flower. So you cut out a lot of the little pieces, and you kind of figure out which of these flowers you want to make it 2 layers, 3 layers, or whatnot. So this here is what I want to create, a 3-layer. So I want it to kind of stand out more. And then every other one is going to be 2. So you're going to once you cut out the base flower, then you cut out the individual flowers, depending which ones you want to raise from your paper. Like I did here, you put some foam adhesive. And then carefully, that's why your tweezers come in handy. You're going to match up the flower. So make sure you match it up. Match up the flower with the flower below it. Okay, so the next layer that I'm going to work on is this one. And for this one, I only wanted 2 layers. And tweezers come in very handy when you're doing this. Okay, now this one I wanted 3 layers, so let me finish this flower. And making sure that it matches. And as you can see, look at all the dimension. You're already seeing a dimensional flower right there. This one is only going to be 1 dimension. And then my last layer is going to be this flower here. So there is my flower, as you can see. Now I'm going to bring over the card. So I've already started cutting some of my my pieces. So this is just a ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. And then I want to put a little trellis. And that's from this paper lace. I really love this cartridge. And I'm using the one in page 28. So this is the one I'm using. And this is perfect, perfect cartridge if you want to do your own misting screens. It has a lot of nice screens that you can create. As you can see there, that will be a nice missing screen like that one. You really, it really has a lot of nice screens in there. Plus, it comes with a font, so you can always use the font, and it comes with borders. Lacy borders. So this is a very versatile cartridge. If you like me, I don't like buying a lot of cartridge. So the cartridge that I use, that I do buy, I want to make sure that I can use them over and over again. So I don't really buy one-use cartridge. Like example for Disney, the Disney cartridge that you only use it maybe once for a Disney layout. That one, I don't really buy those. I prefer to buy the stickers if I want to do that. But these I know I'm going to use over and over. Okay, so that's what I did here. Now, I want to emboss this. So let me go ahead and get my embossing folder. And I'm going to go ahead and emboss this glitter paper. So I'm using this folder. And this is, I'm not sure what the name of this folder is. But it's a nice little lacy folder. And this is the deboss area, and this is the emboss area. Since I want to have a raise, I want this to be embossed, so I'm going to make sure that I put the piece that I want to have embossed side up on the emboss area. So this is raised, and this is not raised, it's debossed. So now I'm going to put it here. Okay, so also another trick that I want to show you on the Cuttlebug bug. You notice that as you use it more, your plates get bold. Like that one is getting a little bold. I had to replace my plates. So one trick that I learned from a YouTuber was to take one of your plates and make sure it stays nice and flat with no marks, and you put a do not cut on that plate, so you know this is where you're going to put the die. So your die is going to be with the cut up. So let's say I'm going to use this die. I'm going to put my cut surface up and on this plate. Then I'll place my paper on top of the die, and then I put my cutting die on top of that. So then all the cuts will be on this cutting die, and this plate will stay nice and pristine. And you won't have the problem with incomplete cuts, and that's what I was getting because both of my plates were all indented and they were used for cutting. I was having issues with it not cutting completely through. So keep one plate for your cutting plate, keep the other plate for your placement of your die. And then another trick is you're going to rotate your plate. So let's say I cut on this area here, so I cut it here. The next cut will be maybe down here, so that way you even out the cutting surface of your plate. If you cut always in the middle, then your middle part will get all the cut surface, and that's how you also get uneven cuts. So make sure you rotate your die throughout your plate. So let me go ahead and get the A plates down. Get a B plate, my do not cut B plate down, as you can see there. My embossing folder, making sure that it is with the embossing side up. And then you're going to go ahead and feed your plate in. I'm going to bring my cutting bug down. And look at that wonderful texture. And I can even take a sanding block if I want to, but I prefer to keep it this way. So I'm going to keep it like this. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this onto my card. Now I'm going to go ahead and adhere, since this is going to go on top here, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this piece on to my page here, onto my frame, I mean. Oops, I ran out. And I think I ran out of this one too, so let me go ahead and get another glue and I'll be back. Okay. going to go ahead and place it on my card. But before I place it on my card, I'm going to go ahead and put my lace down. Okay. Okay, so now I placed it down on my card. So this is the beginning base of my card. Then I want to place this here. I'm going to glue this down. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my stamp. And I'm going to use this stamp that says, just say thank you. Just saying thank you. And I'm using this Spellbinder die that you see here, but before I use it, I want to go ahead and ink it up. So I'm going to show you another technique using your dies, your thin dies. And this is a Spellbinder die. We're going to take a nice juicy ink pad and we're going to ink it up. My Cuttlebug, bring it back up. Then I'm going to bring my A plate. Okay. Now you're going to take your C plate out, put your B plate back. Bring on your tanner, your embossing mat, your B plate, a shim, and run it through the Cuttlebug. And see, that created that little ridge right there. Now we're going to go ahead and take our thank you stamp. Let's go ahead and use the same brown ink. Perfect. I'm going to put that there, and we're going to use some foam adhesive. And then we're going to put that one there with one foam adhesive. And the last thing, we're going to put a bow. So there's my card. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And thank you for watching. Bye now.